Dear Diary, you have given me so much joy throughout the years of being in my possession. I have shared all of my memories with you, the good and the bad. I have revealed all of my secrets to you, even the deepest and darkest of them all. You know all my feelings, thoughts, and fantasies. I thank God every single day for you coming into my life. But before your existence, I was a very lost young man. I could never find any rest due to the voices in my head telling me to go out and act out horrific and horrendous acts on women. In fact, that very night I found you, I was out taking a midnight walk. I was debating with myself about breaking into a certain young girl's home. I had seen her in the grocery store earlier that day. She was so beautiful, and her smile kept playing over in my head. Then, right when I was about to finally give in to the idea, something down by the pond caught my eye. It was letters written across your front. The moonlight caught them in such a way they began twinkling. It was rather beautiful. As I walked closer, I was able to read the still glistening letters. Diary, I read out loud. There you were, a little diary, but you looked almost brand new, lying out there like some sort of trash. I quickly grabbed you up and decided to put off bothering that poor young girl I was planning to do some awful things to. It was all because of you. You more than likely saved that precious woman's life along with the countless others. When I got you home, I wiped you clean and opened you up. I started using you that very night. To my utter astonishment, you were an open book, a clean slate for me to do whatever I pleased with. You became an outlet of sorts for me to finally be able to release my demons I was always struggling against. My dearest, sweetest diary. If I had not have found you, I may become some sort of monster. Oh, how it breaks my heart, knowing that our time together has come to an end. You have gotten older, along with me, but you're literally starting to fall apart. I know it's mostly my fault, and mine alone. I've become too rough with you throughout the years. I have rebounded to you many times to count. And now I know it's time for me to move on. If I could, I would just keep you here with me, lying next to me on my bookshelf. But I can't. I need to get rid of you so that I can cleanse my soul of these past indiscretions. You have been such a wonderful tool for me. This is one of my hardest decisions I have ever had to make. Please, diary, don't worry about me. I am a much better man now than I would have been. I am not going out on a murderous raping rampage or anything like that. I don't want you to feel jealous, but I have found a replacement for you. I plan to use this next tool differently though. I let you in on way too much. I should have not poured my entire soul out to you. Honestly, you know things that should never fall upon anyone's ears. I can't be too cautious in this day and age. If someone ever found out about you, things I have told you, things that I would have done, they would think of me as some sort of psychopath. They would never understand that I have actually found a way to control my inner demons with the help of such a simple possession like yourself. Just one little hair left at a crime scene can send a person straight to death row. But because of you, I have never had to put myself in that sort of situation. I often imagine how you came down to that pond. Sometimes I imagine that you were somehow put there for me to find. I know it's silly, but I like to fantasize that you somehow grew legs and made your way there by yourself. Ha! It was possibly nothing more than a coincidence. But I don't like to imagine that as such. I have given so much thought to how to get rid of you. I've thought about burning you down by the big oak in the back of the cottage, but I am afraid this is not good enough. In my wildest dreams, I have always imagined putting you right back where I found you for someone else to find and use. But I'm sure nobody would want you anymore. I have filled you to the brim, and now you truly are nothing more than a used up piece of trash. Still, I can't just throw you away though. I'm going to have to burn you. My fireplace will do the trick. As I watch you burn, all those awful pages of my memories, thoughts and feelings will burn with you. It will feel so nice to let go of such a great burden and start anew. Now that you're starting to tatter and fray at the ends, I am sure that you will even feel relieved for me to finally let go. You'll finally be free of me and my beloved diary. Although I must say it's very hard for me to come to grips with this, I'm actually not going to burn all of you. I have decided to keep a trophy of sorts. After I am done reading this last letter to you, I'm going to unbind you from your chains, for the very last time. After removing that heavy collar and cuffs around your wrists, I will place your name in a tag of glass frame. Diary, it is the most unique and beautiful name I have ever heard. When I first read it at night, I found you. I was so confused. I have never heard Diary as a name before. It looked absolutely stunning on the shelf right above the fireplace. Please don't be afraid, my sweet girl. It is time for you to go. The fire will kill you pretty quickly. I know, I promise you, I would keep you with me forever, but there really is not enough room for you and the new girl. Plus she is different than you are, and I don't want to scare her. She still has her legs, and is pure as you were when that fateful night I found you. She is a virgin just like you once were, a brand new open book for me to do so whatever I please. You have lived such a wonderful life here with me. You have saved numerous girls. I am a changed man because of you. Please go into the afterlife, knowing all the good you have done for this world. Like I said previously, I plan on using her differently than I did you. I will go much easier on her. If I could go back in time and change things, I would. I would have never removed your eyes if I truly did not have the silly notion that I would someday put you back to that pond where I let you free. Please believe me when I say I would never planned on killing you. I was so naive back then. Your eyes were such a pretty shade of blue. I actually kept them in a jar in a cabinet, but I'm going to burn them too. Sadly, they have lost most of their vivid colouring by now. Still, yet that was not my worst mistake. I wish with all my heart that I would have asked you one simple question before I cut out your tongue and severed your vocal cords. I simply would have asked, how did you end up at that pond? Whomever it was that put you there managed to cut off your legs with such exquisite precision. If he was not some kind of unearthly being, then he must have been some sort of doctor. Every day, I wish that I could go and thank that kind soul who left you there for me. Although I must say, if he did that for his own personal gratification, I may feel very different. No man in their right mind would have went through all this hard work of capturing you, and then what? Using you for such a petty and boring reason. Why waste such a perfect virgin on something as silly as cutting off their legs? If that were the case, he may have been some sort of monster or psychopath. I shall never understand his motives. But I guess a normal person can't be expected to understand the minds of such beasts. Things like that are better left to psychologists and psychiatrists to ponder. I will now break my rant and leave you with these few short words. My dearest diary, I am so sorry that I must leave you to ashes. I will always remember you.